Hey, another 5-minute quickie. Now, I want to take you back into a memory. Do you remember? Remember back at school? You know those days when you used to give in your homework and the teacher would mark it? And you remember feeling that dread to see what was coming back because you knew that bloody red pen was going to come onto those pages and there was going to be crossings out in that pen. It's going to be underlined, crosses, other words, and it was just a mishmash of red criticism. And how did that make you feel? I mean, it used to make me feel absolutely terrible, filled with dread. And when I got it, I didn't think to myself, do you know what? I can do better. I can use this. This is great feedback. I can use this to get better. No, it crumpled me most of the time. I didn't like to look at the bottom of the score or the bottom of the page to get the score because I just knew what it was going to be. And that just meant every other time I was going to put some homework back in, I never felt confident. Confidence would have been like stripped away. Do you remember that feeling? And you'd think about it and you see it again. You actually see it in your mind's eye before you got it the next time. And you were waiting just for that blooming bit of pain. And yes, I know it was supposed to teach you something. But as you get there, did it really teach you anything at all? I wonder. Because I don't think it did. You see, that's not the way to enthuse people, to motivate people, is it? Getting a red pen out. And even if you see it nowadays and you see a red pen, it takes you back there, doesn't it? You regress straight there. But I also remember my middle son going to his primary school. And his primary school teacher would encourage him to do things. He would just compliment him, tell him he could achieve things. Said you can ask. But it was just a different way. He just, every time Luke would do something and it was positive, he would comment on it. Not big, but just keep commenting on those positive things. Because you know what? It just works that way. When you get a nice comment, what happens? Your chest comes out. You feel good. You just want to do whatever you do. And you want to do more of it, don't you? And it really is a way to motivate somebody. I think I saw Luke go from not being very confident at school to and he's only 4-ish, coming out a confident little 5-year-old because he'd been motivated just by encouragement. No red pens. Very difficult to encourage with a red pen. Now, I don't know about you. What do you prefer? What do you think works best? How do you think you would get on if you gave compliments to people around you? Just saying. With sincerity. No fibbing. When someone does something which is good and you enjoy, just that little sentence, I really enjoyed that. Wonderful. Great. Move on to the next one. I guarantee you, the old Cluffy guarantee, the old personal development unplugged guarantee, they're going to excel. They're going to get better and better. And do you know what the weird thing is? The weird thing, that really weird thing, the weird thing that happens because of that, they get better at the stuff they weren't so good at. It brings up that level. So the things they weren't quite so strong at get stronger. It pulls it up. So you don't have to say anything about it. It just does it. And that's a wonderful way to work and motivate people. By telling the truth, when they do something good, comment on it. Tell them how much you liked it. Tell them anything that just feels right. And you're going to see people explode with motivation, explode with confidence. and their levels of success will get better and better. Here's the thing though. What would happen if you did that to yourself? Oh, if you did that to yourself, instead of berating yourself when you do something actually cockeyed or whatever, but you notice you do something good, what happens? I'll tell you what bloody happens. You get better. You get better so much quicker. Because you know the things you do wrong. You don't have to tell yourself that. But when you point out to yourself the things that you do well and how good it feels, your unconscious mind will bring up the rest with you. Because that's what it does. Have a little muse about that, because that's what the 5-minute Quickie is all about. Musing, thinking, considering, and noticing where you could do this in your life, either with your children, if you have children, your family, your friends, your work colleagues, and yourself. Notice how that happens. Notice what happens. And then come back to me. You can always email me, feedback@personaldevelopmentunplugged.com. I'd love your feedback on that. Notice what happens. How can we improve on that? Maybe we'll do a longer podcast on it. How we can really get people motivated because you can't motivate anybody, by the way, but how to help people motivate themselves. That's the real thing. So until next time, my friend, please do share this so everyone else gets to get so motivated and confident and competent. That would be great if you could do that. Just share it away and listen to the longer podcast. But until the next time, I want to hear from those emails, see those share buttons going, and fly with confidence, because it's time to fly. I'll see you next time, my friend. Bye now.
Warning, you are now leaving the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. It's time to fly on your own. Be brave, my friend.
Personal Development Unplugged.
Hey, welcome to the 5-minute Quickie. And if you're new here, just a little explanation what a 5-minute Quickie podcast is with the Personal Development Unplugged podcast. But it's basically me just musing and hopefully getting you to muse, to think. Think about different things just over, say, 5 minutes, and maybe you'll take them away. Those thoughts, develop them, and maybe we can develop them together in a longer podcast. Sometimes they'll be, well, they're never 5 minutes, I tell you that now, or very rarely. There may even be a little process there, I don't know, but it's things that I've come across, read, heard, and just something I want to share with you. Just to think and to probe and get ourselves in a way that we can just keep striving to be that little bit different, a little bit better, so we can be the change we want to see in others and be the change we want to be in ourselves. Just a thought. Just becoming aware of maybe what is new, what we can do. When we start thinking of things like that, I believe it means we start to create those things as well. Because you have a feeling. The feeling that those thoughts generate, and that feeling will, I think, resonate into action and results. Anyway, that's a quick roundup intro of the 5-minute Quickie.